I'm gonna have to breathe, woosah. Oh no, 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 folks, ladies, you need to let him know, honey. Let him know today if you're ever in a situation you're not like his mama. Let's just go ahead and get to it. This one here, good thing I don't have a daughter. Okay. Woo! Lord, I'm glad my niece is gay. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Lord. Don't have to be worried about dealing with no men for no romantic partner. Thank the Lord above. Thank you, Jesus. So, a young lady, quick background information. She and the man, they are not married. They're together. I think it might be time for a little space, but hey, that's not my relationship to tell. Anyway, this guy is older, certified dust bucket. That's all I have to tell you. He's older than she is, and so with the economy things going the way they are, you would think anybody with half a brain would want to prepare. Don't forget, dust buckets. They don't think, they just do. They don't think, they just do, and there's no planning involved. They get an extra $1,000. Oh, I'm gonna go shop. Oh yeah, man, yeah. Spend money on OnlyFans, and when the bills come due, is catch me if you can. Let's go ahead and just get to it. So, the couple here, she has no children. Yay! They're together. He is an older man. So, and I think, yeah, they live together. Ugh. Anyway, girl, don't let him drain your energy from you. Both paying on the bills. So with you hear about layoffs, things like that happening on a job, and people, if you have half a brain, of course you're going to be concerned about your finances. You think so? So they were having a conversation, and they are doing like everybody else is, check the check. But she wants to try to, get ahead. You know what I mean? And she's like, hey, we need to kind of, and given her background, it makes sense. So she wants to get ahead, and they were having a conversation that she initiated, and it was about, she said about like trying to get ahead. What if one of their jobs lays off? And when you see a neighbor down the street been in their home for like 5, 6, 8 years, whatever the deal is, then you look up, they're getting foreclosed on. Well, it can easily happen. Is then don't forget, all you need to do is fall 3 or 4 months behind on the payment pre-foreclosure. It's not hard. It's not like, well, it's gonna take 16 years. No, it doesn't work like that. A lot of people losing good paying jobs cannot find a replacement. Cannot find a replacement. I see now a person will get a job, and next thing you know, they're not telling their friends. No, they're on their phones telling their mama, on the phones telling their sister, brother, and cousins. Why? That's how dire it is. Okay, no, I gotta tell my family. So she was having a conversation that she initiated, and what it was about is like, hey, we're both working, paying bills. Let's just try to get ahead. Let's kind of come up with a plan. Tired of having to use a credit card as let's see, something has gone wrong. Need a backup. Okay, go ahead and grab the credit card. Don't want to keep on doing that, which I understand because guess what? You're going to be spending more money because of the interest. Guess what? A lot of people can't even do that. The banks are already poured. I think is it $5 billion that they've given up on trying to collect. I just give up. I'm not going to get it. So when she mentioned about, let's try to come up with a plan as far as like, try maybe come back on expenses. Let's try to generate some more income as any rational thinking person would do. When she mentioned that, he said, his response was, she said, well, since you're so concerned, this is the older dude now. Since you're so concerned, you need to go ahead and get you a second job. You mean you're not concerned as a man? Lady, sweetheart, run. Need to get you a second job. You wonder why mom was on the screen? I'm going to tell you why in a minute. And she's like, so what about you? He's like, I'm fine. I go to work, do my job. I don't cause no trouble. Fool, you don't have to cause trouble. Companies are, oh my, it's like, wow. I just cannot deal with ignorance. I can't. I cannot. So you think all folks let off, maybe they came to work and caused some trouble. What an idiot. An older idiot at that. So he mentioned that, hey, since she's so concerned, she might need to go ahead and get her a part-time job. Then, oh, She's like, we need to start having these conversations and planning and wanting to know where the relationship is going. If we're planning a future together to be, have a family, get married, we need to go ahead and plan it. Now, first of all, honey, my thing is you don't have to about getting married, because I'm just gonna, not to be mean and cruel. If the man wanted to ask you to marry you, he would have, and that's that. That's that. He knew how to ask you and bring up moving in together. So if a man wanted to ask you to marry him, guess what? It's not rocket science. Like, oh my God, how do I do that? Am I going to have to go home and study calculus, trigonometry? Oh my gosh. Do I have to get my dissertation? It's not that hard. It's not. So if he hasn't brought it up, he's not thinking it. If he wanted to ask you that, he would have. And that is what it is. You can give a hint. If he hasn't come, how many hints does a man need? So if he wanted to do that, he would have done that. So here's how we get to the mama. So keep in mind, she's mentioned about the finances. She's concerned. His response is, since you're so concerned, you may need to go and get you a second job. Okay? And then she's like, well, if we plan on getting married and having a family, that kind of thing. You know what he said? My mama wasn't married. Now the mama he has 3 other siblings, as I understand, 3. So it's 4 kids. My mama wasn't married. And he said, keep in mind, it's his background. He wasn't worth your time. You're not even on the same page, baby. You're not even in the same book. All right, you're already in the book. He ain't picked it up. So, regarding the second job, he said his mother, she was never married, had those 4 kids, and the daddy was like, I guess a dude drop in dad. The Negro might show up. You might not see him for 3 or 4 months, 8 months down the line. Guess what? That's in all nationalities. Negro, Wigro, whatever you want to call it. So he's a dude drop in dad who had, that they know of, 2 families. Plus, he was also dating. So the man had already established 2 women with children. So he had 2 families. Plus, the man had his own life. So he would, might come in, get a little cash. Then he's gone. Man, I see him for a while. Then he comes back in because he got 2 families. So he said his mother was known to work 2 jobs and sometimes a side hustle. So 3 jobs. And his mama was never married. Ladies, I hope you're sitting down. Then he says she worked more than 1 job, sometimes 2 and 3 jobs, 2 jobs and a little side hustle. And she was never married. And surely he told her, you're not better than my mama. Whoa. You wonder why people do checks on other folks and backgrounds? That's why. It might be a clash. He told her to her face, surely you're not better than my mama. So what he's letting you know right then and there, go ahead and get you a second job, and you're probably not going to get married because the sure as hell ain't ask you. His mama wasn't married. She worked. Just because she played that role, oh no. At this point, my response is, you need to let him know you're not his mama. Do you need some extra luggage? Girl, I can loan you 2 Louis bags, duffel bags. They can hold a whole lot of stuff. Do you need some extra luggage? I have a large suitcase. Do you need a little set? Do you need some extra luggage? Surely you're not better than my mama. She wasn't married and she had more. Oh. Oh. You wonder why these men treat you the way they do. If mama wasn't disrespecting and she chose a dust bucket, you think he's going to all of a sudden just change for you? Not unless he wants to. Or unless he gets some money and he gets with another culture and he realizes, to step up and fit in, I got to pretend. Yeah, I'm the married man. I take care of your daughter, Mr. Charlie. Zaddy. I say, you need to let him know that you're not his mother. Just because she fell for that old broke down struggle love okie doke, I think not. That's on her. 4 kids by a man, not married, he in and out. Why are you letting this fool through the door? He drop in, drop out. Papa got those 4 kids. Started out with one, then he got in, drop out. And are you serious? He works. I'm like, well, I don't know how Social Security go when a man drop dead for baby mamas. I'm just saying. See, those folks want that paperwork, that contract. Nikki Rocks, is it Nikki Rocks that said, you said it's a con. Wait a minute, it's contract. You said contract. Okay, okay. But seriously, you need to let him know you're not his mother. And because she fell for that old poverty soul, love don't love you like that. I saw this movie and they had this weirdest song that came on. The song was so, I'm not gonna say weird, it was just different. I didn't see how it was fitting in. And then it's like, oh, I get it. The love affair didn't work out. And at the beginning of the movie, they played some song about, hold on, I'm gonna Google it. Oh yes, I remember. The lady's name was Candace Staten. And something about don't love young heart of one. Oh, don't be like my man and me. Yeah. Don't be like my man and me. And yes, I'm going to Google it as I'm speaking. Candace Staten. And I was like, wow. And it just blows it blew my mind. I thought, wow. So that's what he saw of his mother, and she's the queen, low self-esteem queen, and she probably learned from her mother, no accountability, just work till you drop. You're not better than you're not better than mama. So for you to want heaven forbid a marriage and a ring, he's okay with her working 2 jobs. He says, don't forget, since she's the one that's worried about it. Oh, I found it, ladies and gentlemen. The song is called, and I'm sorry, it's not Candace, like Candace Owens, the informational finder. The lady's name is Candy, Candi, Staten, or I think it's Staten. Yeah, Staton. The name of the song is called "Young Hearts Run Free." And I said that was weird because the song was so like, I said, what did she say? So that's what made me Google it. And the part that was so interesting, she says, in the lyrics are saying, it says, what's the sense in sharing this one and only life, ending up just another lost and lonely wife? You'll count up the years and they will be filled with tears. Wow. Love only breaks up to start over again. You'll get the babies, but you won't have your man while he is busy loving every woman that he can. Wow. Oh, I'm skipping down. Oh, young hearts, run free. Never be hung up like my man and me. My man and me. Oh, young hearts, to yourself be true. Listen to this. Don't be no fool when love really don't love you. I'm done. It says, young hearts, to yourself be true. Don't be no fool when love really don't love you. Again, the lady's name is Candy, Candi, Staten. So I heard that in the movie, I'm like, what the heck kind of song is that for the movie? Now I get it. When was this written? I would say the same thing to this lady. I'm just trying to see. Oh my gosh. Oh, y'all, you probably know this song. The song was released in 1976. Okay. Some of us just got here. 1976. So guess what? I'm sure the moms know about it, like our mothers, yeah. But yeah, it says, oh, young hearts, to yourself be true. Don't be no fool when love really don't love you. For the man to say that, seeing how his mother always struggled, I'm sure, why would he want that for his woman? That's love that really don't love you. When a man loves you, he doesn't want you to work. He'll let you know, I can take care of you. You don't have to work. I want you at home. You don't have to work. I can pay the bills. Now, as a woman, always have, do your little trading thing, whatever you're going to do. Always have your own income just in case. And make sure your name is on everything. I'm just saying. You got a business thing going on, make sure your name is on everything. Okay, you got some papers. As Nikki Rocks put it, that contract, we're going to need that contract. We're going to need it. It's not a con. And I think when she said, like, con, I never get that comment. Okay, girl. But for real. He said, surely you're not better than his mama. At that point, it's time to let him know you're not his mama, and she may have fell for that okie doke, always struggling with those 4 kids. Wow. So when it gets to that point, that must be a dusty line that maybe many of us haven't heard before. I heard just this one time. You're not better than his mother. Oh, okay. Well, you know what? Actually, I am, because my thinking is I'm not a low self-esteem queen. I value myself. And so she may have settled for that. Probably didn't know any better, because guess what? Her mama probably did it. It's time to let him know you're not his mother, and it's time to go. At this point, you can't come back from this. And if he were to marry you, I wouldn't be surprised, as for his advantage, need help him with those bills. He will probably treat you very badly. You'll regret it. You're not better than his mama. So his mama having 4 kids by a dewdrop in. Daddy might see this fool this week, next year. You don't know when. Just drop on in. Because you got 2 families, plus he then dating. Why not put him on child support? I would have. Like that man, that girl said he wasn't paying. And we were working, and his guy, he was listening. I said, girl, I would get my money. He said, what would you do? Excuse me. I said, what I would do is I would go ahead and put some flyers. You might get a little cute picture of your baby. And this may be extreme, but at the time, in my 20s, I'm like, oh, no, But today may not be a good idea. But listen, I told her, this is what I do. Get some flyers and just say, have you seen my daddy? I need milk, food, and clothing. Please call this number. I told her to go ahead and get like a burner phone. Get the little picture up. Make about 100 or 200 copies. That apartment complex where he lives, because he likes to be up in the club and Mr. Dandy. Hey, he got it going on and romancing the ladies. Yeah, I said I would put that, again, and I'm not advising anybody to do this, but at the time, hey, is what I thought. I said I would put that on every vehicle. Oh, put his name down. Have you seen? Yeah, you need milk, food, diapers, clothing, and put on there. Have you seen my daddy? His name is. Put his name out there. If you've seen him, call this number. Don't put your main phone. Just get maybe a second little phone line, okay? Just for that reason. You can turn it off, because you know what that's call gonna be about. Put his name and put it out there. Put his name on there, and have you seen him? Put on a flyer. That apartment complex where he live. I would go ahead and put on all the vehicles. I would go to. I told her, and it's just, I wouldn't recommend this now, but the way I was thinking at the time, girl, go to his job. Put it on in that, if you got to get a friend, and put those flyers out there. I said go to his mama's house. So when he coming for Sunday dinner, whatever he's doing, you can go ahead. The neighbors can see. Again, I wouldn't recommend doing this, but at the time I was like, oh, little hothead in your 20s. I said that's what I would do. Have you seen put his name out there. Get those flyers. Take them in that apartment complex, put them on all the windshields, as many as you can. Go to that job, put those flyers on that windshield, on his job where his mama stay. Go ahead and take a little walk, and just put on the windshields. What they say, I'm gonna make the phone ring. Again, I wouldn't recommend that now, but at the time it was just so dire, and I said, man, I'm like, this is the way to call them out. This is how I think. This is how I think. I can't help it. My grandmother, I never forget, this man had borrowed some money from my grandmother at the church, okay? And he was a deacon. And so he was supposed to pay her back the money. We were kids and he didn't. So my grandmother, I never forget, it was $250. The deacon giving her a ride home borrowed the money and he hadn't paid her back. So my grandmother went to church as usual. Then they had a testimonial and she went down there and said, "Church, brother so and so, I'm a widower. I'm a widower on a fixed income." And she had a little change, by the way. Okay, she had real estate. So she, in her older years, my grandmother always had money. She didn't play. It wasn't no sitting up like, oh, I got the bar. No, always had money. She had a house. She left my dad an inheritance. Anyway, back to it. Man, that deacon man, and he was standing at the door, doing the usher thing, and he didn't pay her the money back. So on a Sunday, she went down to the altar and she said, "Church, I'm a widower, a fixed income, and Deacon so and so, I loaned him $250, and he has yet to pay me, and I really need my money." And woo, woo, it was on and popping. The preacher stood up, came to the pulpit. Is this true? Is this true? All I can tell you, he went to the ATM and got that money. He came off that money. Not next Sunday, no, that Sunday. And the issue was resolved. So I think I get that stuff from her. What Beyonce said, get that shit from Tina. I guess I get that ish from grandmama. We're not playing. See, I told her, girl, get a little picture. It can just be black and white. Have you seen my daddy? Put on there what you need. Girl, about 125, where he works, where he lives, his mama house. Put that out. Somebody gonna contact him. This man was listening. He said, I wasn't even talking to him, but he was just, we're in a place, in open space. He said, if I were that guy and it was you, I think I would just go in and pay you. Girl, we're gonna make his phone ring. Now I doubt if she did it, but that's what I told her. Cause she was like, and he's like helping do anything. So now she got the child, and she was young, too, in her 20s, all the responsibility. Uh-huh. Huh. Okay. So yeah, that was a solution. I told her, get those flyers, girl, where his mama lives. Go ahead and put them all down the street. So when she come out, the folks are gonna know. On his job in an apartment complex, pass those flyers out. Put his business out in those streets. Somebody gonna call. Heck, put one on his vehicle. Let the people know, baby. That's what I told her. Again, I wouldn't advise that now, but at the time, but I thought it was funny with that man. He was just listening. He was like, yeah, I think I'll go ahead and pay you. But it wasn't me because I wasn't a baby mama, but it was old girl. Sometimes I got to take that action. This right here, she needs to take that action and let him know I'm not your mother. I was really just shocked to hear this. Like, he said, what? Sure, you're not better than my mama. So if his mom accepted that behavior, you can too. So now, ladies, let me know. We got to get to a point. You just can't be checking out, his background. We got to check out the relationship with his mama. What's she about? Because if his mama has settled for the delusional dust bucket, what that lady say, the candy Satan about, and I just changed my screen on the other laptop. Don't be no fool. Hold on, let me toggle this so I can write. What the lady said in the song? Oh, young hearts, to yourself be true. Don't be no fool when love really don't love you. Dang. Wow. Don't be to yourself be true. Don't be no fool when love really don't love you. Love yourself. Honey, that right there, I just think it's time for him to go. And I would be happy. Guess what? Freedom, baby. Finna fly solo. What good is a relationship with just bringing you down? You're doing 50-50 anyway, or 60-40, so whatever. He's not a provider. The man doesn't plan. The fact that she's sitting up here, she's younger. But since you're so concerned about it, you can get you a second job. Not him. So his mother did it. You can too, but he's not going to. Oh. So now we need to go ahead and do phase 2 and to determine if a man is worthy of being in a relationship with you. What's his mother like? What's she like? And if she was on the struggle bus, what's his reaction to it? That right there might tell you all you need to know. I would rather be sitting at home, honey. You can go ahead and order your own lobster dinner, oyster dinner, steak dinner. Told you what I did. My husband had gone out of town. I said, well, that's going to be boring and business. Oh my God, business. I'm staying here. I went out. Went out to a little activity, the car show. Then I said, I'm hungry. I don't want to, and the car show is like maybe 45 minutes, could be an hour away. I don't want to like get it to go because I'm by myself. Shoot, honey, I ordered me some food. Ordered me some food and I sat at the bar and had me a meal. Ordered me some food at the bar, had a meal, did a little shopping. Hello. By myself. So I would rather, and if you're tired, sometimes you get home, you don't want to be bothered. Shower the child, go to get your food. You can take it home and eat on your nice linen napkins, your baccarat glasses, whatever you got going on. And have by yourself. I would have that than sitting up there all dressed up, energy up, with a person it's just like they don't value you. But see, some people are insecure. They don't want to be alone. And I get it. You're going to have to go out of that if that's you. But I'm going to have to adopt this, what the lady's saying. Young hearts and old hearts too. But the song says young hearts, okay? To yourself be true. Don't be no fool when love really don't love you. For this man to say that you're not better than his mama, I think the hell I am. Because the values, it is. So, yes, we are better than some people. Some people's value system is very low. Some people's moral fiber is lacking. Some people are evil. Yes, a person with a good heart is better than a person that's evil. We are not on the same page. I don't care what nobody says. You think you're better than, you're damn straight. You're darn straight I am. Yeah, and? Sure, you're not better than my mama. Oh. She might go to the grocery store with that bonnet on her head. I won't. Boy, before I do it, I just pin my hair up, put a little ponytail, or just pin it up, put a baseball cap on. Or just pin it up. If you want to wear a wig, do that weave, or just your hair. I would not go in a store with a bonnet. And I think that bonnet is like, if you're like dusting or something, I don't know, but whatever you want to do it for. But what's next? House shoes too in the grocery store? Let me go to the grocery store. I think not. So yeah, so when you heard this line, I was like, wow, surely you're not better than my mama. Gonna beg to differ because she wasn't taught, obviously. So if his mother accepts mediocre, that's what he's gonna give to a woman. Thanks for watching. Sorry, I went a little longer than I anticipated. But I just had to show this message. Again, girl, you need some luggage. I can loan you some Louis duffel bags. Hell, I can loan you some Gucci duffel bag. We'll only have one Gucci duffel bag, I can loan you some regular luggage. I hope you bring it back. But do you need some extra luggage? Luggage and duffel bags, I got you. Why? It's time for something new. Drop that zero. Okay? Drop that zero. Baby doll, guess what? Surprise. I think you're better off solo. And I'm out.